Hey you guys, it's me again. I'm not going to take up much of your time. I just want to, let me definitely share this to my group. Hey y'all, I don't want to take up much of your time, but I want to show you I have another deletion of an inquiry, and I'm going to show you the date. You know what, let me not show my address though. I'm bad with that though. I'm always showing my address, but I'm going to show you guys. This is another deletion, but make sure once you guys get anything deleted, and I gave you guys my free inquiry letters. So and this is the company deleted it and they updated it. This is with my TransUnion. And like I said, if you guys know anything about inquiries, sometimes it's not like every company doesn't pull from every report. You know, like not TransUnion. They might pull only from one or the other. So I want to show you this update on this deletion. And I use my inquiry letter, okay? So this just to show you guys, and that letter is free to everyone who want to see, you know, have some inquiries deleted. And it's going to be very important that you do have inquiries deleted, because really, I'm really looking into that FICO score 10T. You guys got to make sure, and I don't want to be a worrywart. I'm not that way, but you really have to start working on your credit, and that's just no lie. Like the way they go on with personal debts, you guys just try to stay out of personal debts, because especially with Congress doing a lot of changing in laws and what they can do with consumer personal debt, you know, on the legislation where they're not reporting up to 7 years, trying to change it over that it falls off your credit in like 4 years. This FICO score 10T, and that T stands for like the trends they want to watch in your 24 months. Take a snapshot on how much personal debt. So my people with a lot of student loans, that's going to count against you. Car loans and the high balances, especially if you constantly carry a high balance or a high utilization for your credit card. The tips I gave y'all this month, a lot of people who actually used the tips saw an increase in your credit score of paying on your credit card once a week. Like I said, pay $25 a week, $50 a week, pay something to get that utilization down, and then you saw your score go up. But if you're the person that's living off your credit cards because you lack cash flow, what's coming down the pike, it's really gonna hit your credit, because they're gonna take a snapshot of 24 months. So imagine like you're on a diet and you keep taking pictures of yourself and expecting to lose weight, but it's staying the same. The scale is not going to change for you, but with them, it's going to look worse. They're going to take that in account. They usually look at it at, you know, this month, what your score look like, what your balances look like. But what they're going to start doing is judging you on your past 24 months, and that's 2 years, on how you're handling your debt and your high. And if you're getting, a lot of people telling me now, you know, I was going to get a personal loan to pay off my high credit card interest. They're going to start looking at those personal loans, because they know people are doing that. And just the long and the short, like I told you guys, banks make money off of interest. And now the average credit score is like a 703. They just trying to find a way to disqualify people to charge you more interest, because that's how. And now after that 2008 debt crisis, they know a lot of people that lost their homes, that's off of their credit now. You know, so now they're looking for ways to penalize people. And so, you know, you're giving these kids student loan debts, heavy student loan debts, and then you're going to start looking at those debts, personal loans, car loans. Really? You know, and this is what they're giving out now, and now they're going to charge you for it. It's going to be a negative, and that's why I keep preaching to y'all. You got to look at cash flow. A lot of us, we get in it tight because when you lose your job, you don't have the cash flow. And that was my saving grace. I lost my job. Like with the auto industry, I had to take a buyout, and if it wasn't for my multifamily, I wasn't making the money I was making. I wouldn't have been able to keep my mortgage paid if I didn't have the cash flow from the extra income. So this is why I keep preaching that to you. A lot of y'all, you lose your job, you're living off your credit cards. Now they're looking to penalize you for that. They're looking at, they're really looking at that. And inquiries is going to be a big thing, because the more you're looking and searching for credit, they know if people are having a hard time making those credit card payments, they're going to look to do a transfer, to look for a loan and take out a personal loan and then pay off that credit card debt and have a lower interest rate, maybe through their credit union somewhere else, and not pay that interest. They're starting to look at, they're going to increase the penalties or how many points for new inquiries. They're going to hit you harder. So the existing inquiries, you guys, that y'all have, you better start working on getting it off. If you got high credit card debt now, take this opportunity, because it might take them a year to roll out this system. Y'all better take this opportunity and get this stuff off your credit. You better do it now. You got a year to work, and you can make your profile look totally different. And what they're saying, people who's really going to suffer is that people with right now credit scores 680 and above should be all right. But people underneath that, especially if you already at 600, you're going to take a major, you're going to take a major hit. Okay? So y'all goal when in 6 months is to should at least trying to get your credit score to a 650, 670. And about time this roll out, you should be at that 680 rising, okay? And you shouldn't, even if it come in, it shouldn't hurt you as much, because at least you a year in. You're on the tail end, that you're making half, at least 12 months strive if you got debts that's in the hole. If you got student loans that's in default, I'm telling you, get them out of default, because they're going to look at a snapshot on how many months it's been in default. And then, boom, it's going to hurt you more. And not only that, debt is rising. And they're going to take account to that. They're going to take account. They messed up on my escrow. And my mortgage company added some. I lost 7 points. Just by adding on my mortgage, like the escrow. And I'm like, yo, my mortgage on time, but that's how the game works. So all those that saying I'm going to refinance my home, and you better hurry up and do it now and take the money out, pay off my credit cards. You better hurry up and do it now and just stop that foolish behavior of buying things that you don't need. If you got a car and you just window shopping because you want the new whip for the summertime, don't do it. Don't play yourself. It ain't worth it. Just get your credit up. That's why I keep preaching to y'all. Get that 680 credit score. And they're going to start, when it comes down to what I'm saying, the My Jurors Club, that's now giving you a hard inquiry. That company is forced to do that. So now when that start coming in effect, where those kind of tricks gave you a boost, they're going to cause that hard inquiry. Instead of being like 3 to 5 points, upping the points that it's going to cost you for an inquiry. And like I told you, if you get a credit line attached to the inquiry, you don't want to dispute those off, because it can close your whole credit account. And if you lose a revolving credit account, it's going to tank your credit score. And it ain't going to return until you get some another unsecured credit line. And it's going to be hard to do, because they judge you off of the previous credit card company that extends you credit. So if somebody gave you a $500 credit card, the next credit card company only going to extend you $500. That's it. So it's going to be hard for you. Don't close credit accounts. You don't want to do that. But I'm going to show you this letter real quick. I won't tie you guys up. Give me a second. Let me turn this around. And as you can see, is Merit Bank. And this is from TransUnion. And they're saying, like I showed you with my last one, I guess as TransUnion to take it off, they'll make it like it's a fraudulent account. But what it is, because when you tell them that you did not request that them accessing your credit file, this is what they're going to say. So we appreciate you taking the time to contact us at TransUnion. Our goal is to maintain complete and accurate credit information. It's our commitment to you. Reply, Merit Bank. And as you can see, the address, I ain't going through all of that. And then it said, we want to make you aware that the above company obtained your credit report and it was deemed fraudulent application. As a result, TransUnion has deleted the inquiry from your credit report. As y'all can see, I'll post this. They deleted the inquiry. So what I'll do in the top of this live, like I said, you guys go to my you can feel free to go to my website and get that free inquiry deletion letter. I have an inquiry deletion package. If that first letter, they're like continually trying to keep that. Inquiries are real easy to get off because most of this stuff is done online. The key is you don't dispute stuff within 90 days. That's the key thing, because after 90 days, they usually get rid of those applications. So, and most of this stuff is done online anyway. So they don't know who pulling your credit report. It could be any Joe Schmo. And that's just for real. It really do be any Joe Schmo that can access your credit file. But as you can see, that inquiry was deleted. So I'm just letting you know, just if y'all can, start in the next 6 months, try to tackle your utilization. Y'all need to start making it your business. I don't care if you got to get out and DoorDash. Like, people act like ain't nothing I can't do. You start DoorDashing. DoorDash, Uber Eats, you get out there and you do that, and you take that money and dedicate it to paying down your credit card. Because if you know what's coming down the pike, if you get caught, that's just going to be on you, at that point. It's something you could do about your situation. And by all means, I can't foresee you taking out another loan being the right choice. Because if that loan is not paid off within a year, if it's not doing that, they're going to start looking at your debt. Okay? They're going to start penalizing you. If they roll out this system and banks really start using it, they're going to penalize you for that personal debt. Your car loans, and if you already got a car loan, some of these car loans is like 5 and 7 years. You already tied into that. You already tied into a debt, a personal debt. And if you got student loans, that, my God, if you already at $50,000, that can stop you from even getting a home. They don't allow you to go, especially with FHA, over 49% of your disposable income for your living. So some of y'all got to get this debt together. And you really just have to get a plan from this point. Is January to see, your own individual situation. If you got repos, if you got any of that, you got collections, you need to make a conscious decision right now that in 6 months, that's going to be off my credit. And the next 6 months, I'm going to put positive payment history on my credit. I'm going to talk to some relatives. If I know if it's a husband and wife, and it's like, babe, you keep your credit together. I need you to add me on as an authorized user. If one, is better with money than the other, and you hold that card so that other spouse don't have it, to put you in a financial tight. Y'all getting money, For your tax returns, don't go out and get in more debt. Try to make it a conscious decision that I'm going to do something to either, get my debt down. You want to make better choices before this roll out. Because who's to say? You just want to make sure you put yourself in the best position as possible. All right. Be blessed, you guys.